Hi, okay, welcome back to Teachable Moments. Today we're going to play a game. This game is called Where's the Rot? A couple of weeks ago, when the park board commissioners made their decision to continue logging Stanley Park, there were a number of experts who spoke against the motion. PhDs, highly trained and experienced arborists, fire experts. And then we came towards the end, and on the list was Dr. Richard Hamelin from UBC. Dr. Hamelin had previously done a webinar with Bruce Blackwell and Joe McLeod explaining the need for this large-scale tree removal operation. So we were pretty sure that he was going to speak for the motion to continue removing trees. But when his name was called, he wasn't on the phone. So we thought, oh wow, Dr. Hamelin isn't coming. Then at the end, they circle back, and the very last speaker then was Dr. Hamelin. So I don't know if that was strategic, but well played if it was. So Dr. Hamelin got the last word at the park board meeting, and then you know the rest. His 5 minutes was mostly about tree rot and how the rotting trees would then cause the trees to become unstable and fall over. And so we needed to remove these trees. So last weekend, Michael Kaditz and I went down to Stanley Park to Chickadee and Eagle Trails, which have been logged. It's tragic. We will just take a moment of silence for Chickadee and Eagle Trails. Okay, thank you. We went down and we thought we'd go down and take a picture of the stumps because we were really curious to see all this rot that Dr. Hamelin was talking about. And I tell you, we had a hell of a time finding rot in those stumps. So you can play the game along with us. Look at these stumps and you can play the game. Where's the rot?
Where's the rot? Where's the rot?
My name is Richard Hamelin. I'm a professor of forest pathology at UBC, and I teach courses related to forest health. I also conduct research on forest diseases and insects. But today I speak for myself. I do not represent UBC. So I recognize that this is a complex and complicated situation, but I think that the risk mitigation project is the way forward. I'm a user of Stanley Park. I ride my bike there. I walk on the trail about once or twice a week. But I'm a forest health specialist, so I always pay attention to what goes on in the park and with the trees and with their health. And what happened really was what I call a perfect storm, the looper moth and the drought we know. But there's a couple of things that no one has mentioned that I want to bring up. First is that there's other biotic agents that are affecting trees, especially hemlock in Stanley Park. One is a parasitic plant called dwarf mistletoe. There's a big infestation of dwarf mistletoe that you don't necessarily notice when the hemlocks have needles, but now you can see them really well. There's these big abnormal growth, these big, we call them witch's brooms. That can be seen on the hemlock, and that the problem with dwarf mistletoe is that it provides a point of entry for the decay fungi, and so the decay fungi, especially the heart rots, get into the hemlock, and there seems to be a lot of heart rot on the hemlock in Stanley Park. I have seen them. On the trees that have been cut, you can see the heart rot on the stump and on the log. And in a natural forest situation, that would be fine. Hemlocks can live for centuries with the dwarf mistletoe and heart rot. And that's because in the live trees, the heart rot will still have the sapwood to hold them up. But with that perfect storm, with that looper moth defoliation, the heart rot, and the dwarf mistletoe, that creates a situation that I think makes these trees dangerous because the trees have no core, basically no bone, because of the heart rot, so they would degrade much faster. they will snap. I've also seen root diseases. I've seen armillaria root disease. I've seen anosis root disease, Paulinus root disease. All of these pathogens and decay combine to make those trees, potentially dangerous. I think the decay will be much faster and much more dangerous than if there had not been the looper infestation. So I think it would be dangerous, even irresponsible, to leave these trees near trails or roads or parking areas. As I told you, I am a park user. I hate to see the trees being cut. I hate to hear the chainsaw in the park. I would much rather let nature do its thing, like many have spoken about. If the Stanley Park was 50 kilometers north of Vancouver, we would not be having this conversation, and nature would do its thing. But the reality is that the park is in the city, it's visited by millions of people, and the trees that are affected by the looper, mistletoe, and heart rot, they simply have to be removed. I don't know if the level of the magnitude of the removal is proportional to what needs to be done, but certainly from what I have seen, the tree removal is unavoidable.
Where's the rock? Where's the rock?
Okay, did you find any? Yeah, I didn't see any either. But here you go. Here's one picture. We did finally, at the very end of our stump tour, find some rot. And here it is. So there you go. One tree with rot that was removed. So well done, Park Board. And I guess we'll see you next time on Teachable Moments.